Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ariana and today is going to be a writing vlog. I've tried to start a writing vlog, I don't even know how many times in the past 2 weeks or so. I started school, I'm working on my novel. I'm working on it with a critique group for my senior thesis. I'm a creative writing major if you did not know. Yeah, I just got edits back for my first chapter today. I thought I would begin revising. The next 15 pages also has to be sent in, so I need to revise what I already handed in plus polish the next 15 pages to hand those in. So that's what we're doing today. I'm home alone, so I thought I would there's a plant right here. Thought I would set up at the kitchen table today just to have a change in scenery. I spend a lot of time in my room these days because of school. I have these notes that I took from class when I was being critiqued. So we are given written critiques as well and like line edits from our peers. But whenever I am in a critique, I like to just write down a list of everything that everyone says in the critique. Even if as I'm listening to it, I'm like, I'm not gonna implement that. That doesn't really vibe with me. I still write it down just in case it like strikes a chord later. And so I have 2 pages here, but I would like to organize it more. Nothing is like a complete sentence or like a complete thought. People were talking and I was just like trying to get everything down. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite them. I will say that the main critique I got, I was actually told to like slow it down. I was told that the overall story is being paced well. They like everything that happens, but my group wants me to kind of just slow down within those moments. They also want me to try splitting my first chapter into 2 chapters. The main reasoning for that is just because it's a YA novel. It was a really good first critique for me. Everything that people said, even if I didn't quite agree with it, I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I did upload a video about critique etiquette set in the cards right here if you are interested in it. We're just gonna begin now because I've been recording for 6 minutes and have gotten no work done. So here I have my manuscript here. I'm going to turn to the second chapter just to see what we're working with. I've already made 1 correction in it because chapter 2 is now chapter 3. Hello, I'm eating a Chipotle black bean burger with lots of avocado now. Taking a little lunch break. I thought I would just talk about what I'm picking up from rereading all of these suggestions. So I've basically been able to categorize the comments into 3 categories. We have home life, we have setting / school / pacing because they all kind of tie into one another, and then we have other relationships, mostly and her friends. I can write it in a nice list in categories so that I can really just tackle it afterwards. Hi, I've made a terrible mistake. I have not done anything writing wise since the last time I recorded. I don't even remember when that was. I just know it was days ago. Why, you ask? I've been binge watching Gilmore Girls. I don't know why I thought that, you know, now was the time to do this, but I've done it. I've done it for, oh god, I've watched too many episodes since the last time I've talked to you. I'm not gonna say how many because you can infer what a lot is. My work for workshop is due at midnight on Friday. I have my big old list of things I need to do to my first chapter. Then I need to spruce up the second chapter. Wednesday right now, I have 3 days. It's only 10:30 a.m. but I have already watched an episode of Gilmore Girls. I'm cutting myself off, I'm turning on the camera, and I'm forcing myself to begin. If anyone else here uses Google Docs, I finally figured out how to track my changes in Google Docs because I have to for class. I thought it wasn't possible. Basically, right here where it says editing, you want to go into suggesting. It is 2 hours later. I had lunch, another veggie burger because that's my go-to lunch. So far, I have added 2 paragraphs. I know what you're thinking, 2 hours, 2 paragraphs? What's going on? I'm slow. I'm a slow writer, so there. But I did eat lunch. Anyway, just 2 things allowed me to check off 5 items on my list of things. That's good. I'm gonna eat this chocolate now. A lot of the things that I need to add or change are like interconnected with one another. That's why the list is kind of like overwhelming to look at, but once you actually get into editing, you realize that like, oh, I can do this and this with this same paragraph or this same sentence. There is one note that I think I am gonna wind up going to workshop saying I didn't really know how to fix because I tried my hardest to see where I could fit it in my first chapter. It just doesn't feel right. I still need to split this chapter in 2. It's 12:19. I have like a Zoom call for my MFA program at 3. So I have like 2 hours until I have to get ready for that. But yeah, I checked off 5 things on my list of a million things. I'm still in home life. All those things were in home life. I'm trying to like take care of one thing at a time. I like that structure. I'm probably going to do that every time now, like go through everyone's comments and categorize them. So I recommend doing that if you are trying to edit something and going off of other people's comments or even your own comments, your own thoughts. If you know there are things you need to fix or change, break them up into little groups. I'm back and it's still the same day. I had my meeting for my MFA program. I'm gonna get back to work now. My mom's on the phone again, if you can hear her. What I'm doing now is copying and pasting my second chapter into my document. Okay, so this is where filming gets a little bit weird. So the next clip you're about to see is just me marking up chapter 2, which happened the next day. And that's all I filmed that day. Why? I don't know. I did more than that day, but that's all I filmed. The next clips are from the day after that one. Well, I finished up my small revision of my initial chapter 2 and even went a little bit into chapter 3 and wrote down thoughts I had about the next round of edits because I didn't want to forget them. Did anyone else just hear shouting outside? Now all I have left to do today, and it is due at midnight, so it's gotta get done today, is finish up the edits for chapter 1, and that includes splitting it into 2 chapters, although I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going to do that. I'm glad that I went on to chapter 2 because those edits were a lot less overwhelming because they were just consistency issues mostly from the changes in chapter 1, if you know what I'm saying. I've completely finished the home life section, and so now I'm going into setting, school, and pacing. The good thing is I did get comments that I'm doing all those things well. My teacher just recommended that I do more of it. Like, my setting description is really good, she said, but I am not utilizing that skill to the most of its abilities. Is that grammatically correct? I don't know. My head is all over the place. I don't even have my desk set up today. I think I just want to work like this. I'll give myself a hunchback today. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. So I was able to knock off 1, 2, 3, 5 things. I think I'm gonna call it a day with this setting school pacing for now, and I'm gonna move on to the relationships between my main character and her friends. I did split the chapter into 2 chapters, but now my second chapter is way too short, so I think I'm going to try and expand the relationships in that second chapter. And then I didn't film anymore. I kind of just stopped right there, finished up my edits, I had another critique, and now I get to do it all over again. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.